We got some stuff to talk about tonight. So let me go ahead and get into it. Could be a 30-minute show, could be an hour-long show. You never know. It just depends on when I feel the show ends and I'm done answering questions. Um, Go ahead and get into it. So, a story that I think I will open up today with, tonight with, this show with, is I was working out today, and it is not uncommon for me, couples in the relationships, lovey-dovey, I spoiled you, you spoiled me, babe, blah blah blah, whatever. Um, and they're awesome gym couples. I don't care at all. Doesn't matter to me. They don't affect my workout at all. But one thing that I saw today as I was working out was the guy who obviously works often, and I think that the person he's with works out often as well. And I don't think together if she would say that, hey, you can't work out, because it's a guy who obviously takes this stuff seriously. Um, he was saying, let me see what the gain is like on my mic real quick. Okay, okay, test. That's about that's about that's about where I want. Oh, that no, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm jesting. That's about where I want it. He he walked up to her and was saying like, "Hey, I think that what do you think about working out? I was thinking about working out another day in the gym." Just like, "Oh, okay, that's okay, sounds cool." He's like, "Yeah, Saturday, and then maybe so that we don't have to come in Sunday, and or we can come in if we want to or not." And that was something he proposed, something that he wanted to do. And it, when it started to get weird to me was when it sounded like they had to negotiate this. Um, like they had to negotiate if this guy could come into the gym Sunday if he wanted to or not. From what I understood, I don't think they have kids or anything, so I don't think they have to work around like a kid's schedule or anything. Now a little, I guess, background about myself. I mean, I've never been in a relationship, I guess, long enough to where I had to really take into account changing my entire life to fit someone else, and maybe the reason why I've never been in that kind of situation is because I'm the kind of guy who, like, I really just can't stand feeling like I am being swayed in a direction of someone else's will. And that could be a flaw, I don't know. It's just how I am. The second I think that I'm doing something because someone else is just forcing me to do it, or is handling the situation, it weirds me out so badly. I was at a Halloween party yesterday, and it was like, I had said, hey, I need to do this or that, and the person's like, no, it's not gonna happen, you're doing this first. And it makes me so, it automatically makes me want to, like, um get on the defensive with that, I guess. But I'm kind of getting into a tangent right now. I guess what I would say is this: like, they were negotiating whether or not he could come into the gym and work out on a Saturday. And what's weird to me, and maybe those of you watching who have been in long-term relationships or anything like that can maybe enlighten me, or give me some sage wisdom on this, but I can't ever, like, my workout schedule is going to be my workout schedule. I don't care if my significant other is there to is there working out with me or not. I mean, like, I will do everything I can to maybe, I guess, accommodate the both of us, but I take my lifting very seriously, and I have very specific goals and a very specific way of attaining these goals and methodologies that I kind of subscribe to. That I would feel like I completely failed it if I didn't do that. And if somebody is saying like, no, you can't go to the gym on this day, I'd be like, what? No, I like, it's like, you can't work out Wednesday, I can't come in Wednesday. It's like, well, then I guess I'm working out without you. So it's just weird to me. I mean, maybe if you were in the chat, you can kind of tell me what you think. But it was just so odd to me that this guy would have to, I guess, get her. This is gonna sound bad, but it would, like, need her opinion and need her blessing to work out on a Sunday because that was better for him. If it's better for him, that's when he should work out. I'm not sure. I'm sure that people listening to me, it might maybe offend or some people might disagree with me. But to me, the gym, and speaking from somebody who again has never been in a relationship to where I would feel that I would really have to take into account someone else's, I guess, feelings or whatever, who's never been in like a kind of mutual thing for like long term. The gym is what came along and became like the thing I had the relationship with. As weird as that sounds, like it's the gym, bodybuilding, like it's been there when I like was so frustrated that, like, you know, I didn't have that bond with somebody. It was there when I was going through problems where like that was like such a problem in my life. Like it was always there, and it's been such a positive influence all my life, and such an important part of shaping who I am, and it's given me so much in a positive way, in almost every aspect of life. My social game, my mental ability, my ability to handle things, to get through things, being consistent with things. You know, I said the social game, my physical appearance. It's done so much for me, and to think of somebody dictating me still being involved with that, or me still doing that, is just such a foreign concept to me, and something that I don't think and you know, when I like somebody, I like really like them. It might be a deal breaker if it was like, Jason, like, you have to listen to me before the gym. I don't think I could ever do it. And so when I saw this couple, I was just like, you know, like, why is she letting him, and why is he letting her dictate whether or not, you know, he's working out on a certain day? You should work out whenever it's good for you. In terms of relationships and the gym, if somebody were to ask me, you know, hey Jason, do you think you could have a girlfriend? You know, because I like girls. If do you think you could have a girlfriend and work out? I'm not sure. It depends. Like, I honestly think, like, if you want my honest opinion, like, I think I would have to literally be dating like a fit chick, you know, like those girls who, like, you know, that they're in the gym to like work out. I mean, they're not just there to like look good, or they're not just there to, you know, be there to be social or whatever. Because when I'm lifting, even with like friends, a lot of times, like when they're talking and like I feel like they're throwing off like my intensity and my focus, like it really like gets to me. And to think that if I have to have someone there who like constantly wants my attention, constantly wants my emotion, constantly wants me to pay attention to them and not pay attention to my lift, like that would be difficult for me. If I think a lot of people think that I want somebody who I can go to the gym with, or somebody who's like way into the gym. That's not necessarily true. If they are way into the gym and we can work out with the same intensity and stuff, that's great. But otherwise, I don't know if I would want, like, I guess I've been at this so long at the lone wolf kind of way of doing it that I can't imagine, you know, having a significant other as a workout partner. Even workout partners who like I have no investment in, other than the fact that we've come to some sort of mutual agreement that we like to work out with one another. A lot of times, like I don't feel like my workout, like, not a lot of times, but like there are often times where I feel like alone I finish the workout a lot quicker. I have a lot more intensity when I do that. So I kind of covered a lot of things here. And feel free to chime into the chat with your advice, with your opinions, with your experiences. But it was just so weird to me that, like, and to me, like, looking at this guy, I'm talking like stringer tank top. He wears the lifting belt even when he's like, you know, doing cardio. Weird. He looked like a guy who really prioritized the gym. But to me, like, looking at that conversation, it looked as though this was a guy who the priority was her opinion and her, you know, what she wanted and the relationship with her. and then the gym was underneath it was underneath, and that's perfectly fine if that's what, you know, is important to him. But to me, like, if it, I mean, maybe someone comes along and like completely, you know, takes me away from what has become so much of my identity. For the, yeah, Cena, it depends on, yeah, I mean, it does depend on the way it's said. I'll kind of let you know how it was said. So he walks up to her, and could it have been the guy who wanted to get the chick to work out some more? Yeah, it could have been. I don't think it was. What I think it was like, I mean, maybe he enjoyed her company there, but this is what it was like. He walked up to her, and you could tell, like, he desperately, like, wanted to just, well, I don't know if desperately, but he really, really, really wanted to work out Saturday and Sunday. And it's like he was asking for her permission. And I don't think she would have cared if he didn't make it sound like she had a say in it. You know, like, it's obviously something he wanted to do, and he's just like, hey, could we, and then she was just like you see couples do all the time, or at least what I observe couples doing all the time. Again, have not been in a long enough relationship to ever get to that point, but what I've seen a lot of relationships do is like, there was like this kind of relationship negotiation that you see a lot of times, where she's just like, no, we do this on Saturday, and we do that on Saturday, and we do this on Saturday. And my immediate reaction was, well, go ahead and keep doing that on Saturday, because I'm going to be in the gym. And then we'd probably break up. But that's what it was. It seemed like there was no hostility per se, but you could tell, like, he was trying to convince her and was kind of getting a little perturbed that it wasn't as easy to convince her. They weren't raising their voices or shouting at one another. But to me, I don't know, from my personal standpoint, the gym is so important to me that, like, the person I'm with would have to understand. Yeah, see, that'd be your response as well. And it's like, and if she would have a problem with that, to me it seems as though it would be her trying to exert power and dominance over me, right? Like, what, you know, I'm only going to be at the gym for like max, well, I might be at the gym for like 2.5 hours, but still, that's not a lot of the day, right? But yeah, I don't know. Just looking at relationships, man, like in life, at the gym, man, I don't know. What's up, Ofu1? Welcome back. How you doing, bud? Welcome to the chat room. If you have any opinion on this story, I don't know how much you've heard, let me know. If you have a question, fitness-wise, motivational-wise, health-wise, health screening, research-wise, let me know. You know, the only thing I ask is don't be a troll. But yeah, I mean, like that, I don't know. What was I saying? Just the idea that someone would take control and try to move me around, and because I'm a very routine person, I'll wake up, I'll know, like, this is what I'm doing today, this is how I'm doing it, and then if somebody like veers me to the left, I'm like, what the F are you doing? You know, and I don't know, maybe that's why, you know, I haven't really sustained that kind of relationship, because to me, like, this is what I was gonna say, when I look at relationships in the gym, when I look at relationships in nature, in real life, I constantly ask myself, I'm like, you know, is the promise of like consistent affection worth the amount of work and sacrifice? And because everyone tells me like a relationship is like work, and it's like, I work, I have a job, that's my work, you know? I sound like a huge novice, and a lot of it's probably because I am. But like, to me, like, I don't know, guys. That's just my opinion on this. I think that you can tell me what you think this guy should have done. And Ofu1, I don't know if you heard most of the story, but like, I'll just go over it again real quick. This guy was saying, hey, he was asking his significant other who he brings to the gym. He's like, hey, can we work out on Saturdays? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And it just was like a back and forth. And she's like, well, we should do that and we should do that. And they were kind of negotiating. And to me, it's like, look. This is the relation. Hold on, I gotta change this. I gotta edit this window scene real quick. Because I'd love to hear your opinion. Let's see. Okay, that should be good. Relationship and fit center is not the real relation. Is not the real relationship. The relationship is barbells. Exactly. Your relationship is with the weights you lift. It's with the iron. Right? I like that Ofu one. They are twins. I like that. That's funny, man. I like that. But yeah, Cena, like relationships or work, it's like I don't know. It a lot of people seem to think a lot of people seem to want to say, at least on Facebook, that it's worth it. I don't know. Oftentimes I am in the gym and I'm like, man, I wonder, I wonder what it would feel like to be in a situation to where like, uh, I'm lifting without the rage of like, just power of one. I've just been so in tune, especially like with the gym, with this whole like overcoming the things that I'm like naturally tuned to like crave and want, and just becoming like this, like just investing so heavily in myself, that to think that there's like someone else or something else I had to invest in, it's like what? It's really hard to see in Europe. It's Ofu one. If you are tuning in just to see me at 3:48 a.m., I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Is there a specific like show that you like watching? Do you like watching the fitness show, the fantasy football show, the video game streaming? Because if you want, if there's one that you like, that you enjoy in particular, I can see if I can, knock it back like an hour or two. I get out of the gym on like a good day, like today. I got out at like 7 Eastern time, US. I can see if I can do that for you. But hey, I really appreciate you tuning in Europe, and to say something like that, it means that you want to be part of the live show, and that means so much to me. Thank you so much. Tell all your UK friends, your European friends. Jtrain Nation would love to be in Europe. I would love to make my mark in Europe. Cena says most of the time relationships flow. Sometimes you get argument, but that's the work. Never change for a woman. She'll wake up one day and say, "You're not like you were when we were first going out." Baha, it's horrible. Yeah, absolutely. And this kind of goes to what I was saying like last week. No matter how much you like somebody, and again, I mean, this is you can take my advice if you want or not, based off of what I told you about my experience. If you male prostitute, welcome, buddy. Welcome. I was wondering when you'd show up. Make sure that you take that. The troll slayer is here. Male prostitute. Nobody would come into my channel and try to troll like last week. He's at moderator status now. He'll slay you and gain experience. But yeah, this is what I said it last week. I'll say it again. Don't ever, no matter how much you like somebody, you want somebody, don't change yourself to suit them, because if they still don't accept that, the only person that you've let down is yourself. And you should always be true to yourself, because it's like what my friends tell me. There is somebody who thinks that you are incredible and extraordinary, and everything you do is the absolute best, when you're just being yourself. Like no matter what you do, they think that like you're number one, and they would draft you number 1 overall in a sports draft. Male prostitute, you're the worst player, and playing with Jason. Male prostitute, I love having him. If you're talking about League of Legends, Ofu, I love having I love having male prostitute on my team. That one guy who came in there, man, like I don't know if you saw that Ofu one. He was like being such a dick. And I wish that I could have gotten back at him, but, oh well. I mean, that's the kind of guy who takes League of Legends a lot more seriously than he should. But yeah, that's all I'd like to, I guess, say about, that story. I just thought it'd be interesting. I didn't know what kind of content I'd have for tonight's show, but I saw that and I was like, I'd like to talk about that. I got a question